If you were no longer affected by the judgment of others and you stopped judging yourself, would you make different choices? Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here's the host of Inspired Choices radio show, Possibilities Coach, Christine McIver.
Whoa! I feel like we're going into a time warp. Hello, all my wonderful listeners. Did you ever watch that show where you're going into a time warp? That guy's voice reminded me, and he pulled me in. I don't know how everyone's going to like it. It is very different from my old one, but hey, that's what popped for me. So welcome, everyone, to the Inspired Choices radio show with your host, Christine McIver, here on the brand new platform, Inspired Choices Network. I am so happy to be able to say I am here, and here we go. So tonight's show is, why can't it all just be easy? Do you have big dreams and desires for the coming year? Have you been the same year after year? And you're beginning to wonder if ever those desires will change. Do you ever hear yourself say, why can't it all just be easy? What's required? Are you really ready to hear it? Are you really ready to step up to your dreams? So many of us come into a new year, maybe even a new month. For a lot of us, the September 1st, we'll step into a certain time when it feels like a new beginning, and we'll be all revved up and turned on, and we'll have this conviction of, I am going to get it. I am going to have it. And we will be pouring our conviction forward with the energy of this time for sure. And within a very short period of time, we step out of that conviction and we allow those dreams and desires to dissipate until the next new beginning. What I am aware of is that when you desire something, you start to bring it into motion. You start to call it forward. It doesn't really require much more than your desire to begin to create what it is that you want to have, be, receive, and generate in your life. That begins it. But that's not the only step. And here's where I was when I wrote this. I was in the middle of the creation, actually the concluding creation of this brand new platform. So a lot of you probably don't know a great deal of the backstory about Inspired Choices Network. You may know me, you may know some of the other hosts, or maybe you just tripped across this show for the very first time. But let me give you a little backstory. So I started in radio in, I think it was in 2011. So I'm about 5.5 years now doing radio. And after having just been a host for about 1.5 to 2 years, somewhere in that time frame, I had decided and concluded I was done with radio. And through taking some classes and being asked some really provocative questions and being willing to use the tools, these tools at that time were from Access Consciousness, and being willing to ask some questions about that, about what it is that my business desired, about what it is that was easy for me, I started to create my business in a very different way. So this one morning, I'll remember this, it was a late in the fall in 2013, and I asked my business the question of, what would you like to create today? And the very first thing that popped was radio show. And I was like, what? Why the hell would we do that again? And I had a lot of points of view about that. And then I stopped myself, thankfully. I stopped myself about 5 minutes into that parade, and I decided that, you know what, I'm going to choose it until it's no longer fun. I'm going to choose it without conclusion. So how many times do you make choices without conclusion wrapped inside of it? Most of us are making conclusions around what is going to happen or what isn't going to happen when we're making choices. We actually base our choices on conclusions, decisions, all sorts of other factors, as opposed to following the energy of what's exciting or light. So this one moment, I just went, no, I'm not doing that anymore. So I followed what was light. And within a short period of time, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks in to actually producing, I was actually doing my radio show again. I was asked by the owner if I would be interested in producing. Well, I had no idea what that actually meant at all. And so I asked some questions instead of going into conclusion like that's not something I would do, or I don't know how to do that, right? All of us look for reasons why we can't instead of asking more questions. So I said, okay, well, what would that look like? Fast forward a year, I'd been producing. I'd had a number of people that had started up radio shows with me under my business, and I was producing them. And a very short time period after, I actually became the owner of that radio station. So I owned that radio station. I was like leasing it month to month. So I was the owner. The only people on that platform were my hosts. And the owner of the station, the original owner of the station, she was creating a new website. And when she created the new website, there were bells and whistles that I really knew. I really had an awareness that I absolutely had to have in order to expand what it is that I was doing on my radio show and what my hosts were asking for and what I knew the future of radio would require. So shortly after getting these awarenesses, I had this conversation and I was assured that these things would be built into it. And 3 months later, when the station went live on the new platform, they were not there. I was very frustrated. I was very upset. I was even angry at times because I knew what was required and I wasn't being listened to. Well, something that I'm very grateful for about myself is when I get a bug inside of me, this absolute strong bug of no. Like a lot of people will say a woman gets a bee in her bonnet. Well, I don't wear bonnets, but there was certainly something buzzing inside of me that said, no, this is not okay. And I began to really look at the possibility of creating something brand new. Now, it took probably 6 months to a year for me to get to the space of saying I'm willing to do what's required. Please know I had no real total awareness of what was actually required. But I knew that I didn't know as well. And that's why it took me so long to finally get to the point to say yes. Yes to myself. Yes to my dream. And I knew that by saying yes, there would be no turning back for me. Because when I decide that I'm going to do something, I move forward. I honor that request within me to say when I say yes. So as I began to start to speak to the people that I needed to speak to do some investigating, to do some digging, to really start to go out there and get quotes on what was required, and then to begin to have very in-depth conversations, every detail that you can imagine, I went through. Every word, every spacing, every color, the size of the font, the angle of everything, every single solitary thing, developing the brand new logo. My dear friend Rhonda Burns assisted me with that, and we hired a company, and they would do it, and we kept tweaking it and tweaking it and tweaking it, and we continued again and again until we got it exactly right. And the details just never seemed to stop. And so it was back in the 1st of July of 2016, that I signed the contract with a company to begin to design the site. And at the time, I was told that it was going to be 45 days. 45 days to have the site up and completely functioning and live. And it actually was at least 3 months late. So we did not go live until July 1st, 2017. Okay, Rhonda is saying, wow, liar, liar, liar. I have no idea what I've been lying about, so you're going to have to come on the line and tell me. So it was definitely January the 1st, not July. What? Not you, them. Oh, okay. I get it. Yes. So it was July the 1st that I signed the contract and was told 45 days. And no, it was nowhere near 45 days. So the point here is that I was frustrated. I was upset. There were moments that I just questioned myself again and again and again. Should I be doing this? Did I make the wrong choice? It shouldn't be this hard. Why is it this hard? If this is really my desire, why is it this hard? And how many of us really question our choices when we bump up against something, when things don't come together with total ease? How many of us question, should I really be doing this? Should I be in this relationship? Should I have actually had children if there's this much trouble? Should I be staying in this job? Should this creation be something I continue to go down that road? There were so many questions in my mind and so much frustration. And yet, when I ask the questions, do I really want to stop? Do I want to have this? Do I desire to have this platform up? It was a yes. It was a hell yes. So one of the biggest lessons, first of all, is you have to be willing to ask the questions with no point of view and really tap into that first moment when you got that excitement, when you seriously got the hell yes, this is what I'm doing. When you're willing to go there, because sometimes that's the breath of life that continues to pour through you as you continue to choose forward into your desire, into the creation of your desire. So for tonight's show, why can't it all just be easy? There's no reason that it can't all be easy. But what is the definition of the word easy? Easy is to be at ease, having ease, free from bodily discomfort and anxiety. Comfortable, at ease, rich, well off. So how many of us have decided that if it's uncomfortable, it isn't easy? How many of us are using those? Now, all of those things a lot of those things were feelings, right? The feelings that we will have in our body, the feelings that we will have in our emotions. How many of us go into conclusion that when something is uncomfortable, when something is not just sailing along, all the boxes get ticked with total ease, how many of us have decided that it's not easy? What if there's a different message in all of this? And what if what you're choosing is actually creating greater for you moving forward? We're going to go to our first break of the night, but I can tell you that while I would have loved to have said, 45 days after I signed the contract, we were up and going, that it would be a lot of fun, I can tell you I am not the same person today that I was July 1st when I started this project. And I can tell you I'm a stronger person today. I can tell you I'm more grateful for who I am today. Woo. And I can tell you that who I truly am now is greater than it was July the 1st, 2016. The woman that I've become, the business entrepreneur that I've become, the leader that I have become for myself, I'm incredibly grateful. And sometimes when we are climbing a hill and it's not easy, we find the strength within us that we never even realized was there. That in the future, when we need to tap into it, when we need to be a beacon of light for someone else who is climbing that particular hill for themselves, that can be one of the greatest gifts that we can shine into the world. And I know that this journey for me has been a massive gift. And I can tell you that I'm really ready tonight to truly celebrate all of the choices that have brought me to this moment. So, your dreams and your desires may not show up in an easy, sexy car just pulling in the driveway. But those dreams and those desires, while they lay on your heart, are asking to be born. And if you will allow yourself to scream and cry and, kick and punch and move the energy and ask the questions, they can be born. So, I'm also, thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda's saying I'm raising a glass. Thank you. I'm raising one too. So, wow, this is just like the first show I did on radio. I cried for the first 15 minutes. Wow. Whew. So I'm raising a glass to the new station, to the new me, to all of you out there who've given your support and your kindness and who enjoy any or all of the creations on this station by the many, many people who have hosted shows, who host shows. We have over 3,000 hours of amazing information contributions that you can listen to. So I'm raising a glass to all. And when we get back from our first break, we will dive a little bit more into how we can move through all of the challenges in our lives and really create those dreams and desires with more ease. You're listening to Inspired Choices Radio with myself, Christine McIver, here on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning into Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions, or any question too large? What if you, being you, are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you. beingyouclass.com.
This is Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, call in the U.S. 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736. Or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Oh, welcome, everyone. So I had, with my new creation, Inspired Choices Network, all of the hosts' shows, recordings had to be redone. And many of us rewrote some of the things, kind of freshened things up for our shows. And I did the same, and I got a completely new voiceover, and I chose new music. And tonight's the first night we're all listening to it. So we're having a good laugh in the chat room. So if you'd like to come and play with us in the chat room and hear some of the behind-the-scenes conversations, which we don't usually bring out completely or totally, at least not during my show, onto the radio, we'd love to have you. So just come on over to InspiredChoicesNetwork.com, and there is a party over here for sure. Click on the chat room button on the top and come on in and play. So before we're going to break, I was sharing about the journey in the creation of this, my biggest creation to date. Besides giving birth to 2 children, this has definitely been my biggest creation. And it has been a birth of sorts. For me, it was long. It felt, I had false labor pains. There was things keeping me up at night, just like a woman does when she's pregnant. I sometimes drank excessively. I guess women don't do that, but we do eat excessively sometimes when we are pregnant. There were moments of frustration and anger where people were like, "Oh, what do you need? What do you need?" And then when it came time to the actual birthing, there were things that about a week and a half, 2 weeks in advance of this actually going live, there were things that could not be done prior to that, which required me to be literally at my computer around the clock for the most part. There were nights that I got maybe 4 or 5 hours sleep because I am someone who, I wanted my baby to look beautiful, and I really did desire to have the hosts be honored in their creation. So I wanted things to be done correctly, and I really wanted the host to come into the site and be so comfortable and not have, all of these bugs all over the place. Now, of course, every new creation is going to need to be fine-tuned, and we're still playing with a couple of things that are a little frustrating, but I really desired for the host to come in and be honored because they are part of this creation so much. If it wasn't for all the hosts, the network wouldn't exist. So being very detailed and being very particular, I wanted to make sure that when the day we went live, that we were so ready to really present this baby to the host. So Carol says, nearly killed me with the so precise part of that, but so worth it. Yes, totally. I know. I just kept at it, and Carol was absolutely phenomenal. She had my back. She was working with me in the back end, the back end of the website, ensuring that all the T's were crossed and the I's were dotted. And I'm very grateful to you, Carol, for being there, in the midst of the holidays, in the midst of, all sorts of celebrations, your birthday in there, the whole 9 yards. So, these things were very, very important, and just like a woman, the week before her baby is going to be born, the labor, the body just is preparing, and it's intense. And the day that the baby was born, January the 1st, when most people were recuperating after a long night, I was here going through everything and making sure that the hosts were aware and everyone had the proper information, and you know, my baby was keeping me up. But like all new babies, I was excited to share her with the world. I was excited for people to see the possibilities of what I knew a long time ago could be. And we are creating this station with joy and excitement now, and it's inspiring other hosts. Their shows are, you know, feeling like they're being reinvigorated, and the excitement and the creations that are coming out of their shows. It's been
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning into Inspired Choices radio show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions, or any question too large? What if you being you are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you, beingyouclass.com. What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions, or any question too large? What if you being you are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you, beingyouclass.com.
This is Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, call in the U.S. 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736 or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. This is your host, Christine McIver, and we just had some fun on the line. So if you stuck around, totally grateful for it. And I actually have Rhonda Burns, my dear friend and producer, tonight on the line. Hello, Rhonda.
Hello, lovely. Wasn't that fun and interesting?
Well, I didn't really hear anything, but hey, you know what? How does it get any better?
How does it? And as a producer, you're like, am I the only one? You know, so, hey, we roll, baby. We keep on rolling. So grateful to be here.
We keep on rolling. That's a perfect example. That is a perfect example. Are you willing to keep on rolling when your creations aren't going exactly the way you desire?
Totally.
Right? How many people actually throw the towel in and say, you know what, that's it. It's been too hard to get here, and now that I'm here, this keeps happening. Like, you have a child, right?
I do.
A
very big, potent one.
A very big, potent one. Did he ever challenge you?
Every single day, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And, you know, it's funny you were talking about ease, right? Like, the distinction between easy and ease is a huge one, right? And so it's like most of us would be so bored if it was easy, too easy. So,
okay,
right?
Like we
actually appreciate the challenges and the experience. And I used to kind of get my feathers ruffled when I would read that, but now it's like it's so true. That's one of the reasons we're here, is to actually appreciate the challenges and to see how quickly we can move through them, or, you know, what we can create on the other side of difficulty. Like, I'm totally down with that now.
Yeah. Well, we would be, thank God, we would be so incredibly bored. And for all the people out there who are creators, do you ever create something, you know, it's hard the first time, and it gets a little easier, and then when it gets so easy, do you ever stop creating that particular item?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. I know.
You know what?
I think I said.
You know what comes to mind? Go ahead. Yeah.
What's that?
Well, no. Finish your thought.
Okay. Well, I think that I said about a week before the station was actually live, or maybe a couple of days, I went, okay, what am I going to do with myself when this is done? Like, I'm going to be bored. And And you laughed exactly like that and went, oh, my God, are you serious?
Well, it's true because we expend so much energy and time and focus and what have you, and then when that free time is freed up, if we don't have something to plug into that space, we tend to wreak havoc in our lives. Unless we truly can lean in and relax and receive, right, the rewards from that. Most of us do start creating crap. I'll speak for myself. My hand is raised.
Hands up, creators of crap.
But you know what I was going to say is it reminds me of when you take on a new exercise regime, right? When you go into the gym and you start using muscles you haven't used in years, it's difficult in the beginning. It's challenging. It hurts a little, right? But you keep after it and you make gains and you feel great and you start seeing the progress. And then that's where most people hit plateaus and they tend to give up or walk away unless you, make variety or vary it up and change it up so that you don't, so that you can continue to create progress. So that's what came to mind is exercise as an example. Yeah.
Right. Well, and, a lot of people have decided that, when you run, let's say you're a marathon runner, right? And a lot of people, they come out of the gate running fast because they want to gain, right? They want the gain on the next person. And they come out of the gate really, really fast. And then, they might trip and fall or they might, be going up a hill and they start to slow down. And they buy into the lie that, it's too difficult now. I'm not where I was. I'm not at the same speed. I don't have the same energy. So I should just throw this in the towel. And that is actually a lie, that we have to always be at the same pace, that we always have to be delivering, that things always have to continue to show up in the same box in order to deliver our desires to ourselves. And, there's so many massive conclusions that come in. A very long time ago, a dear friend of mine, one of my first businesses, and you're aware of this, was Alouette Cosmetics. And Alouette Cosmetics did so much for me, but the greatest thing that they did for me was they taught me about inspiration. And it spoke to me on a daily basis. And I'm so grateful for the lady who founded that and how she was inspired to inspire other people. And one of the gifts that I received from my dear friend Karen, who's the president in our area, is this little plaque that I've had with me for a long time, and I'm going to read it. It's called Don't Quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're drudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and when you want to smile but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tints of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things go wrong that you must not quit. And, I don't believe everything needs to be a fight, although we do seem to create that oftentimes. But it's so true. We don't know how close we actually are. Oftentimes, we are right at the tip of the hill, right? We're right there. And because it's gotten hard, we want to give up.
Right.
I know a lot of children wouldn't be born in this world if we actually did that. Okay.
Right?
This is
or if there were drugs.
I'm pulling the plug. That's it. I'm done.
Tap me out. I don't want this experience anymore, right? I don't know if this is accurate, but I dated somebody a long time ago that knew a lot about marathon running, and he said that there is a place in the marathon and runners, they get to this place and they call it a bonk. It's literally when you think your body cannot go one more step and you literally want to quit. And he said he called it a bonk. Whether that's accurate or not, I apologize to any true runners out there. This body don't run. Except to the wine bar, maybe. But he said that's the point where you just have to, that's where you have to tap in so deep. And once you get through that, it is like Xanadu, right? It's like euphoria on the other side of that.
Really?
And when he expressed that, it's like, wow, I've never, in a physical form, I don't think I've ever done that. But I've had some experiences in my own life, personal, professional, and just like you're creating the station, right, the resolve and the tenacity to dig deeper than you ever thought you could, that you had more in the reserve tank than you even thought possible. And you tapped it and you didn't quit, right? At the bonk, you kept going. And now look at what you birthed. Like, I'm just so proud of you, and I'm so honored, and I feel completely blessed getting to look at this site and share the site. And it has such an inviting, inspiring energy that I'm just proud to get to play and be part of it in some way, even though I know how difficult and challenging it was for you at times. So congratulations.
Thank you,
for
honey.
sticking it out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, it's, you having my back, Carol having my back, Keisha having my back, Melissa having my back, Lisa having my back, Danielle having my back. These were my main peeps that I was in contact with so often, and my friend Sharon Lewis having my back, and all of the hosts on the station, and my family and friends and everyone cheering me on. And we don't. You can't have a baby by yourself unless you're the Virgin Mary, and even she had intervention. Like, you don't. We didn't come here to do this stuff alone. So when we buy into, if I have to ask somebody for help, it's not really something I've created. That's all a lie. Having somebody have your back, or being honored to be asked to have somebody's back, it's huge. And there's so many. Like, today is mental health awareness in Canada for sure. I'm probably not getting the title of this correct, but so many people are unwilling to reach out and ask for assistance, to ask for somebody to give us a boost, to ask someone to give us a little bit of guidance. And, when you are in your creation, sometimes you might need just a little bit of support that can make all the difference in the world. Maybe it's a hug. Maybe somebody giving you a hug and saying, you matter, I see you, can give you the extra energy to go the next mile. Maybe it's someone sharing a beautiful meal with you and just listening to what you've accomplished and what's still holding you back. Maybe it's someone just to go for a walk and not say a word. Whatever it is, please know that there are people all around you, I know for sure all around me, that desire to contribute. There are more people in the world, I believe, that desire to contribute than there are people that desire to just steal or knock you down. And so that is another thing that's actually required to get you to where you want to go, is your willingness to put up your hand and ask for assistance. It's your willingness to ask for assistance from people that provoke you, people that love you, people that challenge you. There are moments, and Rhonda will attest to this, there are moments when I'll be like, oh, God, I got to ask Rhonda this, and I know she's going to kick my butt. And it's through her love in her kicking. Right, Rhonda? You're just enjoying this way too much.
No, keep going. It's brilliant. I love it. I want to hear the rest of it.
But it's in the kicking of the butt that it's like we already have the knowing, but sometimes we need the nudge of someone else to end the kicking. We need that nudge to get us to the next step. And that's okay. But one of the greatest things about what's required in your desire to come to fruition is for you to show the fuck up. And yeah, I don't very, very often swear. I use the F word on my show, and I'm like cringing when I hear my other hosts, which they're all laughing at me about all the time. But
People go hide on themselves. People pull out of their own dreams on themselves because they're not willing to show the fuck up. And if that's what's required in every day, whether it's 20 minutes looking at something, an hour looking at something, pulling 16-hour days for a week, if that's what's required, are you willing to do what's required for your baby? Okay, we're going to go for our last break of the night. When we get back, we're going to wrap up this interesting show here on Inspired Choices Network with Inspired Choices Radio Show. Talk to you soon.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on the past or what others think. What would our lives be like if we made choices based on what we desire in this moment? By tuning into Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver, you'll receive tools and inspiration you can use to do just that. You are an infinite being with infinite choices. Are you ready to create the life and living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions? Or any question too large? What if you being you are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you, beingyouclass.com.
This is Inspired Choices Radio Show with Possibilities Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, call in the U.S. 815-880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8736, or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Tonight we're talking about why can't it all just be easy? Well, it can be easy. And you can have ease as well if you're willing to do what's required. If you're willing to really look at how much your project, how much your creation requires your attention, requires the doing, requires the energy. A lot of people will say, well, I want this, I want this, I want this, and they aren't willing to show up and do what's actually required. And I bring this back oftentimes to a baby. If you had a baby in your home, what's required to take care of that baby is many things. And whether you've had children or not, you could name probably 90% of what's required for that child. Are you willing to do that for a non-bodied baby? Are you willing to do that for your books? Are you willing to do that for your websites? Are you willing to do that for your business? Are you willing to do that for your relationships? Are you willing to do that for your body? Are you willing to show up? You know, a lot of people write books, and my very dear friend Carol Glover, who's here with us tonight as well, she has written a book called The Clumsy Girl's Guide to Greatness. And she's starting a brand new radio show here on the platform. It starts next Friday, and it's called Writing on Air. And it's going to be really featuring authors from all over the world and talking to them about their creations. And, you know, when it comes to actually writing a book, it takes discipline. It takes the willingness to to give it the energy every day, to look at it, to sit with it. And I know everyone has a different way of doing it, but it still requires doing. There is a place to be with your creations in the energy, and then there is, because we are in bodies and we create in the physical, there is a requirement of doing. Most people have bought into, they look at people, like oftentimes you'll hear maybe an entertainer be interviewed, and they'll refer to them as an overnight success, and yet when you speak to that person or you hear them being interviewed, they'll say, yeah, I'm a 20-year overnight success. Most people have put their skin in the game to get where it is that they desire to go. A lot of people will look at them and go, well, they were an overnight success. I would like to be like them. That's not true. I know very few examples in the world where someone had a desire birthed within them and it was just came to them tomorrow. It requires attention, love, nurturing, nudging, molding. You know, it requires a great deal of things, but you can have all those requirements come to you with ease. It may not be easy in wherever you've decided or concluded in your mind, but it can come to you with ease if you are willing to really step forward and lean into your life, into your creations, into your desires. Would you be willing to lean into your desires just 10% more today than you did yesterday? And tomorrow, would you lean in another 5%? Even if all you can lean in is 1%. 1% lean in a day, 30 days from now, you will have leaned in an additional 30%. How much more will your creation come to fruition with that extra 30%? Would you be willing to have your own back and maybe have somebody hold you accountable? Oftentimes when I have somebody holding me accountable, it really does help me to hold myself accountable. We're not very good at holding ourselves accountable. That's why coaches first came to fruition, is because the people at the top didn't have, first of all, somebody to confide in, and second of all, nobody dared hold them accountable. And they wanted to reach higher, but they knew that they needed someone to challenge them, to push them, to nudge them. So we're just about wrapping up tonight's show. It's been an interesting ride. Thank you for everyone who's joined me tonight. Thank you for everyone who's listened. If you have any questions about this topic in your life and your creations, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find me here on Inspired Choices Network. You can find me at my personal website, inspiredchoices.ca. You can send me an email, Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. You can find me on every media platform out there, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and so on. Would love to hear from you. I always give everyone at least 15 minutes of time to talk about what it is that they would really like to change in their life. Coming up next weekend, February the 2nd through the 5th, I will be teaching a class called Access Consciousness, the Foundation. And in little less than 2 weeks, my friend Rhonda and I, absolute potent beings she is, we are going to be delivering a new, really yummy class on money. And it's going to be different than anything we've ever done and ever seen done out there regarding money. And there's going to be a couple of different layers, but the first layer to actually join us is free. So please stay tuned to that. Please connect with both Rhonda and I and check out all the amazing shows here on the station. They are some pretty amazing, potent beings with topics that rock my world all of the time. Thank you, everyone. Have an amazing week. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for choosing to listen
Choices.
to Inspired Choices Radio Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, have the best week of your life by making the choices that bring you all that you desire.